You know, we've got a lot of really cool Xbox related topics to talk about today, but I was somebody sent me this, right? And I retweeted this. I mean, look, this is pathetic, right? Aaron Greenberg has a tweet that is 12 years old. 12 years old. And this douchebag, I mean, statute of limitations, bitch. How far back can you go? This is you're really part of the problem with the internet right now. This man went back 12 years in time. He grabbed a DeLorean and tried to get Aaron Greenberg in a gotcha moment. When honestly, Aaron was just trying to confirm what a lot of us know. Xbox are doing better than they have in an entire generation. And it's okay for him to retweet something, not specifically stating that it is fact or that the numbers are accurate. It's simply suggesting that they are doing pretty well. And I think he retweeted this because he knows the numbers and he knows how they're doing compared to the Xbox One and even the Xbox 360. But anyways, hey, what's context important for? Let's get into all the latest gaming topics. As a matter of fact, we can springboard off of that into another one where Microsoft continued to set PlayStation fans on fire. They're being set off by the fact that Xbox do good, Xbox successful. Believe it or not, people don't like the fact that there is actually competition in the market right now. And as I've always said, this is one of the most important things in all of the industry, is the fact that these guys can compete and drive one another to do better. There are countless examples of what we've gotten as consumers as a direct result of this. And when you compete and when you give consumers what they want, when you provide value, in a multitude of different ways, you end up with headlines like this. TheVerge.com, Xbox just had its best March sales performance in 11 years, bringing in more money than Switch and PS5. Now, of course, I'm going to get to the phenomenal replies to this article on Twitter from a lot of people that are being set off, but I've got to reiterate this. 11 years, over a decade, no other Xbox console has sold better than these consoles. Add to that we have been in some kind of chip shortage globally for the entirety of this generation thus far. This is impressive. I don't care how people want to try to spin it or damage control it. This is pretty impressive, especially when you add to that the fact that a lot of guys were saying you can play their games anywhere. Why would you own an Xbox? It's the most pointless consoles of all time. Turns out those were the most pointless statements of all time, and these findings prove that. Now, you know me, every time I talk about NPDs or anything of that sort, I pretty much say I don't really care, and it ultimately doesn't really mean a whole lot because the Wii outsold the PS3 and Xbox 360 and did not make that the best system for me. But these guys have lived and died by this sword. And this headline from The Verge has obviously upset some of them. This guy has a pretty good excuse. Easy when you don't get PS5 or Switch OLED units. Honestly, we have people asking for the two systems every day, but there's not much demand for Xbox Series X, and Series S is virtually dead. I mean, bro, are you a GameStop employee or something? I hope you are not in there selling consoles, because you are a prime example of everything that was wrong with GameStop over the past 10 years. Secondly, you're literally replying to information that smacks your own comment in the face. So, next. Wonder how much of it was because PS5s weren't available to buy in certain regions. Yeah, you're right. Xbox would have done better if it was in more regions too. Good point. Bringing in more money than Switch or PS5? Had to word it that way, didn't ya? Switch outsold it, but still the thing they made more money. Basically damage control. Yeah, he's upset because they mentioned the fact that Xbox made more money in March than the other two platforms. Never had a problem with the other way around, though. How weird. I'm reading some of these comments, and some of them are just savage, man. But yeah, ultimately, the latest NPD results are the following in bullet point form. Overall hardware supply still pretty bad for the Xbox, down from 1 year ago. Xbox doing better than it has in a generation, and PS5 is in really short supply as well, beaten by Switch in units in Q1, by Xbox in revenue in Q1. Look, there's a moral to this story, and I suppose that it could be that we shouldn't be all that upset because Microsoft are doing well, at least right now, right? Look at it on your bright side. Maybe this won't last forever. Maybe they'll start sucking again. This goes out to the people that are mad about these headlines. And ultimately, for anybody who's not, you understand the value of competition, you understand the value of great games, and you understand that you are the consumer. You don't owe these companies a thing, and as long as you keep asking for better, you will probably continue to get better, which has been the theme for Xbox over the last couple years. At least several years now, Microsoft have been trying to up the ante in every way that we ask them to do so. I'm sure there are at least two of you in the comments that disagree. Let me know. Speaking of, I figured I would take this time to let you know that Xbox Game Pass has 7 games announced for day and date in the month of May. Loot River hits on May 3rd, Citizen Sleeper May 5th, Trek to Yomi May 5th, Ayuden Chronicle Rising May 10th, Hardspace Shipbreaker on May 24th, Sniper Elite 5 May 26th, and Pac-Man Museum May 27th. Personally, I'm going to look at a lot of these games that I just mentioned, but the one I'm really looking at is Sniper Elite 5 and maybe even Pac-Man Museum. Let me know if you are going to play any of these games down below. Anyways, I found something pretty interesting, even compared to the last topic. Sony are hiring to bring even more games to PC in a more dramatic fashion than ever. As a matter of fact, whoever gets this new job at Sony at PlayStation will have quite a bit of responsibility, including but not limited to leading PC growth and commercial strategy, growing PC MAU for PC content, something that I had said they were working on quite a while ago, developing and implementing their global PC store strategy. That's going to be big. They're going to have their own PlayStation store somewhere, somehow on the net to give you those games, and hopefully they will include cross-play and cross-buy, but you know, that's streaming. They will also be tasked with growing PlayStation games on PC in certain regions. Hell, you might even have to travel abroad or domestically. Looks like Sony are going all in on this PC stuff, as we had talked about literally 4 years ago on RDX Podcast. Yeah, like literally the second episode, I was saying this stuff, being called a crackhead because of my wild theories. But of course, hindsight's always 20/20. Long story short, Senior Director PC Planning and Strategy position. This is basically what you'll be doing at this job with Sony, and best of luck to you. Big shout out to Nano Polymath for sending me some of these articles, some of this information. It always helps when you guys do that. And again, let me know your thoughts down below on these topics. We are sure to get bigger gaming news here soon. I'm told Microsoft will be talking about their summer event sooner than later, and I feel like that's common sense. Time is, after all, running out. So you've got to talk about it. Once more, Sony doing big things on the PC side. Job listings confirm yet more of what we've been talking about for literally years. New Xbox Game Pass titles like Sniper Elite V5 are sure to surprise. And the fact that Xbox is doing well upsets a lot of people, which still blows my mind. It's 2022, not 2014. But again, hit the like button if you ended up enjoying this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section, and subscribe for all of the latest and greatest. I try to have 1 to 2 videos out a week, and like I said, expect some Xbox news, hopefully sooner than later. Shout out to all the patrons and channel members doing giveaways of the latest AAA games to the guys that support me there. Of course, I'll be doing that around the 5th of every single month. So if you're not a patron, if you're not a channel member, sign up now, get in there, and we'll be doing that through Discord. I will be dropping even more information on that on the Patreon website, the community section here on YouTube, and the Discord, so keep an eye there. Once more though, guys, I will see you in the next one.